Y'all keep talking about what we can't do. We can't start a war. We can't retaliate. We can't seek revenge. And that's a lie. I see it every day. We got a bunch of killers on deck. We got a bunch of shooters on deck. We got an army that's trained to go. We got a bunch of gang members around the country placed in all these cities and even the rural places, and they bout it. They proved it to me. They don't have no problem with killing. They don't have no problem with spreading death, destruction, and damnation. They have no problem tearing up communities. They've already proven to me that they are about that life. All these gang members. So when it comes to us being killed by the police, you are going to tell me that I'm promoting violence. You're going to tell me that you're promoting violence. How am I promoting violence when the folks I'm talking to is already violent? When the folks I'm talking to is already killing? Oh, I know what you mean. What you mean is it's okay for them to kill black people. It's not okay for them to retaliate against the police. It's okay for them to do a drive-by on somebody's grandma's house or their mama's house, but it's not okay for them to do a drive-by on a police station. That's brainwashing. That's brainwashing. We've been tricked. They've been saying we can't retaliate, but I see them retaliating every day. I know soldiers on deck right now trained to go. I know soldiers right now. I know killers right now. I know shooters right now. I know gunners right now ready to kill over something simple like a color. I got some killers on deck right now ready to kill over a street they don't even own. I got some shooters ready to shoot the place up for a neighborhood they don't own. Don't tell me I'm promoting violence when they already violent. I can't be promoting violence. They already killing. They already shooting. They already causing mayhem in the street. Just refocus it to the actual people that's actually a threat to our existence. Refocus that energy to the actual people that are a threat to our existence. All these Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, folks, all of them. All these gang members are proving they are ready for war. So don't tell me we don't have an army. Don't tell me we can't retaliate. Don't tell me we can't shoot back, because we doing it. These gang members have showed me the light. I finally see the light. What they've been saying is, we ready to go do something. They telling us they ready to go do something. Now all we got to do is just direct that energy to our protection. Direct that gang energy for our protection. That's all we got to do. Just redirect the energy. Because we been shooting. We been killing. We been riding. We been doing it. We've been doing it for a long time now. And honestly, we've gotten pretty good at it. We got some soldiers on deck right now, trained to go and ready to go. We got some killers on deck. We got some shooters on deck. We got some gunners on deck right now, ready to ride. All they got to do is just channel that energy into protecting our community. But don't ever fix your mouth and say that I'm promoting violence. Don't ever fix your mouth and say that I'm promoting violence against two groups that are already violent. That's the police and the gang members. I can't be promoting violence between two violent groups. It's impossible. They're already violent. What you're saying is, don't tell black people to protect themselves. That's what you're saying. What you're saying is, don't tell black people to arm themselves. What you're saying is, tell black people to do like back in the day and get killed for a chance to sit on the front of the bus, or get killed for a chance to sit at the lunch counter. We've been dying. We've been getting stretched out. Let's go back 100 years. Let's go back 100 years. How many black people have died in this country in 100 years for senseless reasons? Hundreds upon hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And guess what? We still keep thinking we can preserve life. We've been dying. We've been suffering the results of a war. We have not started a revolution, but yet the consequences that we face are as if we were in a war. Look at all the black lives that have been lost in the past 100 years. Look at all the black lives that has been lost, and I guarantee it'll equal up to the worst war ever. It will equal to the worst war ever. So we are already suffering revolutionary consequences. But guess what? You all don't want to start a revolution because you're scared, not realizing you already suffering the consequences of a revolution. It won't get any worse. How does it get worse than somebody waking up saying, I want to kill you, and they're supported in that decision? It don't get no worse than that. It don't get no worse than the worth of black life. It just don't. We the last men, women, and children on the totem pole. It don't get no worse. We are holding on to something and still suffering the consequences. We are afraid and still getting stretched out. We are literally afraid and still getting stretched out. And the only solution that they can give us is vote Democratic. The only solution to all this mayhem, to all this death, destruction, and damnation is to vote Democratic. That's all we got to do. And guess what? It's 4 more years of the same thing. Then 4 more years of the same. And guess what? We'll look back. It'll have been 300 years since slavery. It'll have been 400 years since slavery. It'll have been 500 years since slavery. That would mean it would have been 1,000 years of bondage. What we holding on to? What are we holding on to? They keep telling you to vote Democratic. And I'm going to say it again. You're going to either hold the vote, you're going to hold that money, or you're going to hold both. But you got to hold one. You're going to hold the vote, you're going to hold the money, or you're going to hold both. But you have to hold one. That is the only way. We've been getting stretched out for centuries. I'm talking about centuries. And the solution is to vote Democratic. Somebody lied. We got an army on deck. We got killers on deck. We got shooters on deck. We got gunners on deck. We got hundreds of thousands of youngsters ready to ride. They done mastered it. Drive-bys, walk-ups, ambushes, spray the club up, spray the spot up, street sweepers. Get that yap out. We done mastered it. Get that desert. We done mastered it. We got some killers ready to go. We got an army ready to go. All we got to do is just shift the energy. All we got to do is just shift the energy. Because guess what? I can't promote violence if the two groups I'm talking about are already violent. The cops put their line in the sand. The cops said, we will kill y'all when we feel like it. Now it's the gang members' turn. What are y'all willing to do? Because the cops said what they was going to do, but guess what? The gang members shoot the other gang members and innocent people, but then get to the cops and run. The gang members shoot other gang members and innocent people, but then get to the cops and run. I can't respect it. I don't respect it. So what you're telling me is the gang members are doing the job of the system. The gang members are doing the job of the system, but y'all don't want to say it. The gangs were supposed to protect the community, and they were supposed to protect the families that had fathers that weren't there. The gangs were supposed to build up the community, and please tell me, when have the gangs built our communities up? Please tell me. They ain't done it. It's been death, destruction, and damnation for about 40 years. Let's just keep it real. So the gang members are working with the system, which means the gang members are working with the police. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is the gang members don't want to fight the police because they all in cahoots. Because the funny thing is, on their agenda, it always ends with us getting killed. I'm going to keep it real with y'all with perspective. Y'all want to be emotional. I'm not going to be emotional. I'm going to keep it real with y'all with perspective. Think about it. The gangs are causing death, destruction, and damnation. And then guess what? So are the police. And who's the target? Black men. Every now and then a woman. God forbid, sometimes a child. We got to refocus because we got an army. We got killers, we got shooters, we got gunners. We got it all in place. We ready to go. If it's revolution time, we should be ready to go because we are still suffering the consequences of a revolution. We are still suffering the consequences of war. That's why so many of us got PTSD. Because we sitting here casualties of war. Think about it. We impoverished, undereducated, and we have our lives threatened. Poverty, lack of education, and your life ain't worth nothing. That's literally how them folks feel in them war-torn countries. But black people, we scared. We emotional and we scared, and we holding on to a life we never had. We died to sit on the front of the bus. We died to sit at the lunch counter. And what did it give us? It didn't give us nothing. All these folks gave us was a name change. That's it. All these people did was give us a name change. That's it. Don't tell me I'm promoting violence. Don't tell me I'm promoting violence. What I'm promoting is the truth. What I'm promoting is awareness. For us to wake up and see what's really going on. Not what you feel that's going on, what's actually going on. Don't be safe. Be great. Wait for it. Free Blanche. Get money. Go.